Hey everybody, welcome into another edition of Friday Night Review. I am Scalz. Tonight I am joined by the hateful Jamey Rose. It is just us two, and we're going to talk about what a great episode of Friday Night Smackdown that happened tonight. How are we doing tonight, Jamey?
Dude, I'm doing absolutely fantastic. Getting to sit down and talk to you, Scalz, and Smackdown was great. I'm pumped up. Let's get it.
All right. So the main talking point going into SmackDown this week was the women's tag match, where Bayley and Naomi were teaming up against Nia Jax and Tiffany.
Yes.
Earlier today, on Twitter, Nick Aldis announced that it was going to be changed to a tornado tag match, which I thought was the absolute right call. And man, did this match not disappoint.
Didn't disappoint at all, Scalz. These ladies have been on the top of their game. And, pretty much the storyline rectangle, as square, rectangle, whatever, has four sides. I didn't do so good in school with my shapes, but all I know is that these four ladies went out and put on a show tonight, and they definitely, when you thought that they were gonna do the predictable, they end up not doing that. And I applaud WWE on that. They're going outside of the box. They're doing things different. They're shaking it up. When people think that a certain thing's gonna happen, they say, "Yeet, we going this way."
Yeah, they definitely had me thinking it was going to be turned into a triple threat. That was my thought on the way they would have done it, and I really thought they were going to go into the route of a double submission as opposed to a double pin. That was the way I thought they were going to get to that route. But they surprised me with later in the show how Nick Aldis says, well, how do you think we should handle it? And both of them just looked at each other and it was like, fuck. Like, it's going to have to be me versus you to decide who gets this shot at Bad Blood.
And that's going to be a great match. It's going to be a great match.
I mean, they work very well together. The history that they have, the chemistry, I still feel we're going to get a triple threat at Bad Blood. I still think something is going to happen. Whether it's Tiffany that gets involved or Nia Jax, I think we're going to end up being at a triple threat when it's all said and done.
Let me be the conspiracy theorist here.
Okay.
What if Tiffany cashes in and makes that a triple threat and wins? And then she faces Nia.
That'd be dumb.
Boom! I mean, I've seen dumber things happen with the briefcase.
You've never cashed in to win a chance at a match.
I mean, Otis had it.
Yeah, he lost it in a match, though, to The Miz.
And it got cashed in on the United States Championship. I mean...
And lost.
Boom.
Yeah, but that's not... It still was against the belt. It wasn't for the opportunity. You already have the opportunity.
Yeah, but... That's just me being a conspiracy theorist.
Conspiracy theorists mean... I'm surprised you didn't suggest that when it's a triple threat, she cashes in, turns it into a fatal four-way, and pins one of the two and walks out with the belt.
It's WWE. It's different. It's different.
But overall, I really enjoyed the match. The segment in the back with Nick Aldis was not as predictable as I thought it was going to be. So I like that. I enjoyed that very much. Tonight we opened the show very differently.
Yes.
It did the then, now, forever. And then you had a recap of what had happened. And then it went right into a match. There was no open for SmackDown tonight.
Which is fine and dandy. It kind of opened more like how Monday Night Raw's been opening lately.
But they always show the video. They always go back to it after they show like those recaps and everything. Tonight they didn't.
That's because it's a 2-hour show. They got to fill the time in and they got to, get their stuff in. Especially if it's like What's up, everybody? The Bloodline's here, and they're causing ruckus. That's how you start the show, Scalz. Like, I'm not like if I'm in the truck and the show's gonna be normal as can be. We're showing the video, but say like I know for us at Diamond State, say the United is running roughshod. We're gonna start the show with, "Hey, the United's causing ruckus and all hell has broken loose." Like that's how you're gonna start the show, and then maybe go into your whatever, And they kind of did a little bit of that, but they didn't show the video. It's one of those things. As when you're laying out these shows and you're putting them together, it's like, hey, we're putting the action first, and I do appreciate that. While you're also telling your story, and that was the main thing. Is like, hey, we're following the bloodline throughout this whole thing, and they did a good job of doing that.
And they went right into the match for the United States Championship, which had LA Knight going up against Andrade. And it was just that match. They gave him time. It built a story with it. And it was a great, great opening match. What's going on, Al? How are we doing tonight? Well, we feel the same way about you, so don't you worry.
Something like that.
What is this? Oh, that's the FNR. Nice. What was your thoughts on this opening match?
The opening match was great. They gave it the time. LA Knight looked a little, I don't know. He looked a little rusty to me. It looked like a little bit of a styles clash just with these two guys. At least at the beginning of the match, eventually they got it together and figured out the feel of each other in this matchup. Andrade, I've said this and on this show many a times. He doesn't get the credit. At least he's starting to get it now, but people are still sleeping on Andrade. Ever since he's been back in the WWE, he's been putting on banger after banger after banger with anybody they throw him in there with. And I like also how in this one, Andrade didn't win, but it's going to set up, some more stuff with both him, LA Knight, and Carmelo Hayes. And I also like at the end of it, I don't, it seemed real between him and LA Knight at the end. And I like that. It felt real. And it's like, dude, I'm trying to shake your hand. Don't fist bump me, bro. Like, I don't play that.
I mean, the one thing that what's going on? Are you back? You back?
You froze, Bubba. There you go.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened there.
It's that New York dwelling city internet.
Never had an issue. I'm hardwired in, so I apologize, guys, for everybody that's there.
You're good.
I think we're back. I think everything is good now.
Scalz on that McDonald's Wi-Fi.
Yeah, fuck that. I ain't playing NHL on that shit. What was I saying before that happened? Shit.
We were talking about LA Knight and Andrade and the whole.
Oh, okay. So I love the fact that there was no interference in this match. And then we actually got a real winner. And we still got what I wanted the outcome from this to happen. And that's Carmelo versus Andrade 6.
Yes.
Because I wanted that to be a best of 7. It was a best of 5. I thought it was done because they gave the winner of the last match a title shot. So I figured that was it. I was hoping they would go back for another one, and I'm glad they did. So I'm excited to see what comes of it next week.
I just hope they don't put these two guys in a tag team.
Why?
Guys,
you don't want the Bar?
Dude, don't even get me started. Okay,
really?
so the Bar was my favorite tag team of the 2000 teens.
Okay. And how did they come from?
A best of 7.
That didn't finish because there was no winner in the 7th match.
Yes, but the thing is, those were
because they wouldn't stop
dudes
fighting each other
that were perfect for each other. These two guys as opponents, yes, but them as a tag team, it doesn't work for me, brother.
No, I think it's going to end up being Carmelo getting a title shot next because Andrade's now had it twice.
Yeah,
and I think Melo's going to win the next 2 matches, win the best of 7, and he's going to be Andrade's opponent at Survivor Series.
You mean LA Knights? Opponent.
LA Knight's opponent at Survivor Series. That's where I think the match will take place.
I'm with you on that.
But yeah, I'm here for it. These matches have been amazing. Andrade versus Melo matches have been amazing. So I'm here for it every week, every night. Let's go.
Let's go.
What else do we have?
Gionvanni Vinci.
Okay. Gionvanni Vinci came out tonight. He had a match versus Apollo. Lasted a little bit longer than last time. Still lost. But I'm here for it because I think they're giving him the treatment of he's going to be a loser. Everybody's against him. All of a sudden, when he gets that win, that crowd is going to go nuts for him.
Everybody said the same thing about EC3, and now he's wrestling in the National Wrestling Alliance. That hasn't mean a damn thing.
That's not true.
In a long time. So, anyways.
NWA meant a lot. NWA meant something.
Gionvanni Vinci, put the fries in the bag, bro.
Using a mellow phrase on him.
It's not,
that was actually awesome. That was good. That backstage segment between the two of them was amazing.
It's good.
I think when he wins and he eventually gets that win over either Apollo or somebody else, the crowd is going to go nuts.
Good.
So we talked about the tag team. We talked about the opener.
Yes, sir.
We got Apollo versus...
we didn't talk about the tag
Vinci.
team. We talked about the...
No. We talked about the women's tag team.
The women. Mm-hmm. Yes, that
one. Chelsea Green was shown at a garbage dumpster training because she has a dumpster match against Mishin in 2 weeks.
That's gonna be great.
She was phenomenal in this vignette. She was.
Isn't she always?
Yeah, she is. When they come out with mid-card belts, Chelsea needs the first to hold it. Like, she deserves everything they give to her because right now, since she's been back and on this run, she's probably been the most consistent and best worker in the women's division in regards to everything.
Yes.
Not in ring, not just outside, everything. She is the most complete package right now that they have in the women's division.
Absolutely. She don't even need a title.
No, she doesn't, but she deserves it.
Deserve.
And
she deserves it.
She heard some noise in the dumpster. She opened up thinking that it was Mishin in there, and she reached in and there was a raccoon and it bit her.
Ooh. Now she got rabies.
You never know. I think that's it. Outside of the two major things, and that's why I want.
Oh.
Anything else you guys want to say before we head on out?
Nope. That's it.
I'm done with y'all.
You done with it all?
Y'all make me sad.
All right, Jamie, go ahead.
Y'all are bullying me.
Plug yourself.
Oh man, you can find me on my socials at Jamey Rose PW, especially the Twitter machine. You can find me on the YouTubes here on Off the Top Media Friday nights. You can find me on Diamond State Wrestling. Our next event is October the 5th at the Bentonville Comedy Show, 1 o'clock. We have 2 championship matches and another season of Flawless. So that's what's up.
Cam?
Well, in terms of the networks, you can find me right here every single Friday night with these two gentlemen on Friday Night Review, talking some football and talking some Friday Night Smackdown. And then on our sister page on Rivet City Radio every single Monday night with the Table Spot with me and Metalcore Mike. And on Wednesdays, every single Wednesday night with me, Phil, and Mike talking some AEW. On TikTok, you can find me there at Call Me KMG, Cam's Square Circle Mania, and Cam's Wrestling Corner. I am on Twitter /X at CamandCheese317. If that does not sizzle your bacon, you can find me on Instagram at 317 bacon, eggs, and Cam.
I'm
Yeah.
Scalz. You can find me here every Friday night on Friday Night Review. You could also find me on Tuesdays at NXT on Tap. You can find us on Twitch and YouTube at Off the Top Media, as well as on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Off the Top Media _. I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. We'll see you soon. Make sure you drop some likes, subscribe, and we'll see you out there. Have a great evening.
Oh, yeah, dig it.